Welcome to Moonlight Madness, and today we're doing a reading for the star sign of water. We're doing water, sun, moon and rising, Scorpio, Pisces and Cancer star signs. So today I've got the spread I've pulled is for the Faery tarot cards by Doreen Virtue and Radleigh Valentine, which is a really nice deck. I've had it for quite a while. And the Faery Oracle, the Wild Wisdom of the Faery Oracle by Cavendish, artwork by Selena, Fenech. The Enchanted Map by Colette-Baron-Reid. The Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette-Baron-Reid. Okay, so the first card I've pulled is the Death card. Now this is to do with Scorpio energy. You may have a lot of Scorpio energy in your chart. Just as an ending, a way to make new opportunities, time to move on. So you may be thinking about changing or putting an end to something, a relationship, or an end to petty arguments or squabbles. Sometimes in family dynamics, people seem to think they can tell you how to live your life, even when you're a grown person. And so you need to kind of set these boundaries, and by setting these healthy boundaries, you can only hope that they get the message that they've overstepped yours. And if someone's overstepped a boundary, you'll usually get really angry because they have stepped over something without maybe knowing that they have, or possibly because they want to see what reaction they get from you. So release is also about going within and transforming. It's about transforming from one person that you might have been into a new person that you would like to be, hopefully making healthy choices. Some of you might not be sleeping very well. This is the going within, the meditational card. So if you don't sleep, I recommend Howlight. Howlight's really good for sleep. You're meant to leave it in your room and it helps with slumber. And sometimes you need to maybe do meditation like yoga, or maybe you need to take a short trip, or maybe read a book or draw. Any number of things you can use in order to release and also to find a way into that inner circle, or maybe you need to draw a circle before you do your readings. Okay, if some of you are readers out there. The pine needles mean illumination from within. So some of you may need to get some pine needles. They're always good to clear energy in a room as well. I find pine needles are quite refreshing to smell. In the past, you've got the Five of Wands. That's to do with fighting and squabbling, and five people that are constantly bickering and squabbling. Usually goes on either family or with friends. Then you've got the Magician, a manifesting card. I always see the Magician as the male version of the High Priestess. I mean, the Hierophant's also like that too, but I still see the Magician as being like someone who can manifest just by talking about something, drawing names, or drawing a picture, and you can manifest what you're after. Taking charge of your life. Also the rock star energy. Someone that is maybe on stage or commands lots of attention and respect when they enter a room. The Four of Summer is to do with apathy. It's boredom. It's meh. Everything's kind of boring. You're discontented with life or discontented with something, and you're failing to maybe see an opportunity that is coming up for you. So don't give up hope just yet. There's more good things coming your way. The Princess of Autumn is to do with a Capricorn, Virgo or Taurus energy. Some of you may have that in your chart, or you may be meeting someone that is a Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn. They may be younger than you. They're mischievous. They cause mischief. They like to learn. They're very smart. And they need a little push to get going. It could also represent a new job or a career or promotion you might be getting. Then you've got Balance. I see this as my Libra card. Balance is all about trying to balance out your male and feminine qualities. The red is obviously the female and the white is the male. And it's talking about having to allow both of those energies in your life. We can't always be manned up for things. Sometimes we have to let our emotions out. And if we don't, they might flow out like that. Instead of trickling out, They might just explode out. So some of you might be in an argument and it might be a battle of words. So I suggest if that is the case, to withdraw and ask to have time away. Someone around you is the Prince of Summer. This is a younger water sign. They are a Cancer, a Pisces or a Scorpio, because we pulled the release card before, so possibly this is about this Scorpion energy. They may be a little bit immature. They may be flirtatious. I wouldn't leave them in a room full of pretty women or pretty men, because they might like to flirt and spread around their happiness. That's not to say they don't love you, but they just might get bored and move on and crave the attention. And then we've got here someone who's very arty. The Three of Autumn is someone who's commissioning you for your work, someone who's impressed by what you do, and maybe they want to form a business with you or pay you for your work. You might have to do 3 pieces of artwork, and they want to pay you for your work. It's being compensated for your creative talents. So then we've got 7, 8, 9, 10, and the last card is to stand up for yourself. 7 of Wands. This talks about being on the defense, going out and picketing, going out and telling people how it is, speaking up, telling people when they don't do something right. It's advocating your rights as a person in political beliefs. Go and bother your Lord Mayor if you're not happy about something in the place that you live in, or maybe go and write a letter, an appeal letter to an advocacy program to help stand up for other people who can't stand up for themselves. And this goes on quite a bit, not just within relationships, but also in places like shelters and places that are understaffed, like nursing homes and teaching positions. There can be a little bit of squabbles going on. A lot of people are tired, there's not a lot of staff that's around, and so they burn out. And this is normal. We're human, we're not machines. So have a little bit of empathy for people that are trying their best in against and facing adversity, because at the moment everybody's really tired in the health industry, as far as I can tell. And this is even when you're going into your pharmacy. Just be mindful that these people are pushed beyond their capacities to try and help everyone with their medical inquiries. Try to be a little bit patient and just a little bit kinder. The next deck I'm doing is the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette-Baron-Reid, which is nice red cards, big cards. Yeah, come to the edge. Dare to be you, dare to be different. Okay, next one's called Peace. Maybe you would like some peace and quiet. I know I do. I wanted to come out. Devil in the details. Intention. Yes, manifestation. That marries up with the Magician. These are my big cards. Ooh, Wild Wisdom of the Faery Oracle by Lucy Cavendish. And what's her name? Selena Fenech is the person that does the artwork, which is very beautiful artwork. And we pulled Fairy Tales, letting go, detachment, moving on. The gift. What a nice imagery. So we've got peace, 23. Yes, in freedom from attachment. Radical acceptance. It doesn't get much better than this. A quiet mind, a heart fulfilled, freedom from want, and the soul satisfaction. The way to peace is through radical acceptance. Everything in your world is exactly as it should be. Harmony is beautiful. Enjoy it. When two people are in true alignment with one another, they have an innate harmony between them. They are two perfectly tuned instruments playing together. Sometimes it's impossible to tell who is who. Peace is yours and it is to be savoured. This is one of those times when you're capable of clear vision about your work and how you create your prosperity. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. You're called in by presence to step into your power. Just being is enough. You are in peaceful harmony with spirit and it shows in your work. 36, come to the edge. She's on the edge of the cliff. Maybe you want to get and do something out of your comfort zone that you've never tried before, like scuba diving or abseiling or, I don't know, bungee jumping or something that excites you and challenges you because life seems a bit boring, a bit stale at the moment. And this is the year of the tiger, so it's a risk-taking year. Facing the unknown is the only choice you really have right now if you want to progress. It's okay to be afraid. Now's the time to take a risk and it's not calculated. To feel the exhilaration, you're ready to present yourself for a leap of faith. Spirit is present, so let go of fear. You're called to express your true self. Listen to your heart and soul, not your head. Come to the edge and discover that you can fly. You must step into the unfamiliar so that you may find your miracles. And it's to do with relationships. Sometimes it's scary to follow or be intimate with someone, to allow him or her to see all of you, especially the parts you've been hidden and protected. And I don't mean the physical, I mean your feelings. Now's the time to take the risk and let yourself be seen, truly seen. It's important that you speak up, voice what you need, state who you are, say what you hope for. This is not the time to play it safe, but to take a leap of faith. You'll be glad you did. If you're seeking a relationship, the same applies. Take one step towards the gods and they will deliver what you truly desire. That's a really nice message for someone out there. And then we have intention, which is 22 with the owl and the egg. So it's a gestation period of whatever you're trying to develop. If it's a job, a business idea, a business venture, an online platform. You may be also doing an online platform with spiritual work. It says your objectives will be fulfilled at this time. Inspired intentions are like magic arrows shot into the sky. The universe is bringing you a gift, showing you that you're hitting your mark. Recognise you're not the only one who has to do all the work though. Others can help you co-create. So you might want to collaborate with someone else. You connect to the power of your intention, sending it out into the field. Then allow for synchronicity to work its magic. Perhaps the good intentions of others will inspire you to send out beautiful ones of your own. Own the life you want to lead and live deliberately in clarity and detachment. And you've got 43, which is details. Some of you may have Virgo in your chart. The more powerful patterns are created with the tiniest details. Pay attention. This is a time to be aware of the fine print in all the areas of your life. Look at the details and leave the broad strokes for another. When this card appears in a reading, it's a sign to finesse a project. Make small but meaningful gestures or add a personal touch to your correspondence. Be aware that what you need to know lies in the details. If you're entering into an agreement of any kind, pay attention to them before, not after, when it's too late. Maybe take a lawyer along if you have to sign a contract or any type of legal advice. I would take a legal aid representative along with you. If you're entering into this agreement, pay attention before it's too late. Clarity and transparency is key. You can gain great understanding by observing body language, offhanded remarks, facial expressions that reveal the bigger picture. And we've got the gift, 47. A gift which has to do with your well-being, health and transformation. A proposal to help you change your life that is small and not in the least grand or glittery, but which has enormous substance and potential to it. Work with your hands. The art of working with earthy elements is encouraged to support it, like silversmith, blacksmith, jeweler, nurse, farmer, veterinarian, energy healer, animal lover, Reiki healer, conservational building, or eco-mystic. Peaceful resolution to trivial disputes, the de-escalation of disagreements through tenacity, focus, strength, courage, and through research and investigation. Reverence for beauty, inspiration from the earth for jewelers, artisans and craftspeople working with the ores and stones of the earth, in converting our ideas into reality by revealing to us the practical elemental processes that need to take place in order for our visions to materialise on the material plane, is in an enduring and earthly fashion, respectful of the usefulness of all things which so many of us cannot see. This card indicates that you will do well to take on that view, that all has purpose, which is the disposable culture we live in right now. Make the most of what you have. The gifts that you have of the gnomes will come for in an abundance. So it's just saying to be grateful for whatever you have. 19. Fairy tales. We had to do that today in group work. We had to think of one reason we were grateful today. Gratitude attracts jobs. It attracts more of the same energy when we're grateful. We've got here, you will see miracles take place. Remember, we teach others how to treat us, and you have similarly taught yourself what you feel you are worth, and taught others to rely too heavily on you. However, it is not too late to change. You are not refusing to save a life. Well, it looks like that to your own critical self, and perhaps to some other people. But you have to feed yourself from your cup before you feed others. Nurture yourself. And it says at the moment you feel your worth is derived by being of service to others. You are currently a one-person rescue squad, but until you help yourself to be free of such demands and expectations, you will never be free enough of it to be helpful to others. Resentment, guilt, and anger can leak into the service you are providing. Please contemplate a fresh way of communicating and begin to love yourself and give yourself regular work breaks and time out. And when you do that, respect your contribution, others will too. Set aside all a loving, inspiring example. You must speak up about how you feel and what your needs are and how to meet those needs. And it doesn't have to be an argument, it can just be a discussion on, I feel when you do this. Not you do this and you do that. No, it's I feel exhausted when you keep asking me for constant counselling or constant favours. I feel used. If you can say something like that, then you're voicing your concerns, but you're doing it in a logical way and just telling them from your viewpoint. And that's all I have for water signs.